Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about things that I wish I knew before getting pregnant, and I feel that every woman must know before she gets pregnant. Please note that this video is not about how to get pregnant. There's a lot of information on YouTube, on internet, with your doctors that you can reach out to if that's your topic. But if your topic is really about what should I know before getting pregnant, this is the video that you must watch. I'm a first time mom. I'm 33 weeks pregnant right now, and I'm sharing this information purely basis my experience that I've gathered through this journey and the experiences around me. So typically what happens is that we feel that, pregnancy it's so easy. When you think about making a baby, all that you have to do is make love and boom, you have a baby. But the reality is it is not that easy. While it is, nature's gift or God's gift to you, but it does not come so easy to you. And hence I thought that there are things that, you should know before even you start with that entire process. The first thing is, are you ready for the change? Now, while pregnancy is beautiful, having a baby sets you completely into a new phase of life, but are you and your partner really ready for the change? Because your world is absolutely going to change. No matter how many babies you've seen around you, in your family, with your friends, but having a baby of your own is completely different. Now, what are the changes that you need to be ready for? The first one is emotional changes. Now, what happens is that when you have a baby, the baby is going to take a lot of your time. It requires complete devotion and dedication. How will you get that time? You need to squeeze a lot of that time from all your relationships, especially your most important relationship with your partner. Now, when that happens, both of you are going to undergo a lot of changes in terms of, I don't have time for you, you're not saying the same things to me that you used to, we are not going out, life around us has completely changed. Are we ready for the change? If the answer is yes, bang on, you're all set. The second change that you have to be ready for are the physical changes. Now, a mom, when she goes through the pregnancy process, will see a sea of changes that she undergoes. No matter how much you watch your diet, you will gain a lot of weight. Your body will change. The parts that you normally would be very proud of and would like to show off are going to undergo a sea of changes. Are you ready for that? Are you overweight? Do you want to lose weight before pregnancy? What does your doctor say about that? How do you have a smooth pregnancy? Are you ready for everything that's going to come your way? How is your partner going to be affected by physical changes? Now, when you're pregnant, a lot of times people don't prefer having sex because they feel that the baby might get hurt or something might happen to the baby. While all of these are myths, and your doctor will tell the same to you unless you're having complications in your pregnancy. But the fact is that your sex life is going to change. You may not want to have sex that often. The velocity with which you have sex normally, that's going to change. So your partner is equally going to feel a lot of change during those 9 months of the pregnancy. Is he ready for that? Is he ready to cope up with that change? The third important change that you will undergo are the financial changes. Remember, when you were a kid, you wanted to go to a certain school, you wanted all the best in life, clothes, toys, everything, you wanted a nice room. There is so much that's coming your way in terms of budgeting for a third member in your life. So are you even ready for all of that? Also, in the 9 months of pregnancy, there will be multiple tests, there will be multiple ultrasounds, the entire process of labor, normal delivery or a C-section, that has different costs associated with it. You might have a maternity cover, you might not have a maternity cover. What is the financial outlook associated with having a baby? Are you ready for that change? So emotional, physical, financial, you guys need to talk to each other. The second important thing is counseling. Now that you and your partner are ready for that beautiful change coming your way, it's extremely important to book an appointment with a doctor, and that is purely a pre-counseling appointment. What do you do in this appointment? Is very simple. The doctor is an expert, no matter how well read or how well informed you are. So it's important to speak to her or him about how is the pregnancy going to be, what are the changes that you can expect, what are the tests that you must undergo at this point of time. You obviously don't want any deficiencies to be passed on to your baby. The doctor will tell you about the entire process of pregnancy that you must know. And I think that's why it's extremely important. In terms of timing, you could be planning a baby 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line. It is no harm in booking an appointment now. It's always important to be well informed than miss or not informed. So typically what happens during the counseling is that the doctor recommends a lot of tests like thyroid, diabetes, your any heart diseases, basically your hormonal balances. So there are different kind of tests that the doctor would want to do to see if your body is ready for the big change coming your way. In case she finds any deficiencies, she'll start some medications to kind of cure that, so that none of these deficiencies pass on to your baby or create complications in your conceiving. Another good thing that will happen when you book an appointment is that you will be able to identify a hospital or a doctor that you would want to get aligned to during your entire pregnancy process. A doctor, apart from your partner, I feel your doctor is an equally important support that you want during your pregnancy. Should be someone who you can trust, should be someone you feel satisfied with, you feel connected with, because every pregnancy is different. You might need your doctor more than you actually imagine. The third important thing is the ovulation cycle. Many of us have heard of this term very often. Many of us do not hear this even before we start thinking about pregnancy. I think this is the most important thing to understand, especially, I personally feel that majority of the women feel that anytime, so we all know that our menstrual cycles are different, and they can not only from woman to woman but also within a year. Every month could be different. I could be getting my periods in like 28 days one month, 30 days the other month, 32 days the other month. So every cycle is different. Now what happens is that in that entire period, in that entire month, there is this very short duration or very, very short cycle when you actually ovulate, which is when your egg is released from your ovary, and if the sperm meets the egg at that point of time, you conceive. Otherwise, you do not conceive. How many of us really know that cycle? How do I know that when is it that I'm ovulating? I have no physical way or scientific way of detecting that this is exactly when I ovulate. Hence, it's extremely important to talk to your doctor and understand your ovulation cycle. No matter how much sex you have throughout the month, if you are actually not having sex during your ovulation cycle, or if you miss that period when you're actually ovulating, trust me, you're not getting pregnant. The fourth one is irregular periods. This is actually related to the third one, which is ovulation cycle. If you have irregular periods, straight out book an appointment with your doctor and consult her, because majority of the cases you are having hormonal imbalances because of which you're not ovulating maybe every month, or your ovulation process needs attention. So I would say that if you have irregular periods, it's a no-brainer, book an appointment with your doctor. The fifth one, interesting, this is about weight. Like I told you, during pregnancy, no matter how much you eat, not eat, watch your weight, want to be cautious, everybody's different, you will gain weight. How much weight you'll gain depends on body to body. There is no set standard parameter for that, but you will gain weight. All the weight that you will gain can at times cause you backaches, can affect the delivery type that you're having. So, my suggestion is that if you are already overweight, or I think just lose a bit of weight, before you get pregnant, because all those pounds that you lose, you will easily cover up during pregnancy, and you'll actually feel normal because that's the weight that you're carrying right now already. So I would say that weight loss is good before pregnancy. Sixth important thing is start consuming folic acid. Now obviously you do this only after consulting your doctor, but a lot of women fear, why should I start consuming a medication before I'm even getting pregnant? Folic acid is nothing but a vitamin that helps you in two ways. One, it helps set your hormonal imbalances, so the variation in the menstrual cycles that you're having or the irregular periods that you're having, it can solve for a lot of that. And second, it also helps avoid any neural defects in your baby. Typically, a doctor will recommend starting folic acid at least 3 months prior to conceiving. So since you don't know when you're conceiving, it's a good idea to start it between 3 to 4 months prior to whenever you anticipate that you'd want to get pregnant. It's nothing. It's a small medication that you have daily, just one tablet daily, and it sets you all up for pregnancy. The seventh one, this is the most easy one, but actually becomes most difficult for most of us. It is let the stress go away. I've personally seen and I've personally experienced it myself also. When you start thinking about making a baby, you start feeling guilty about your lifestyle. You want to stop drinking, you want to stop partying, no more late nights, make changes to the food I eat. There's so many changes that we want to make even before we've conceived, and all of that, while we don't know about it, all of that leads to a lot of stress in our body, leads to a lot of stress in our relationship. I personally feel that just let go of everything. Forget about everything when you make love. Forget about everything when you're having a nice time with your partner. I think all of those little things are extremely important in keeping you happy, keeping you stress-free, and just letting you make a nice little cute baby. And the last one is hang on there. What I mean by it is don't get very anxious about that. I want a baby now. Why did I not have it the month that I tried and all that stuff? Typically, give yourself at least a year before getting panicked or before starting to worry or before feeling stressed about why is it that we are not having we aren't able to conceive in spite of doing everything right, in spite of being normal. Just give yourself a year. What typically happens is that all of us are like kind of go-getters, right? The first month we try, we want to be like the best. I've hit it. But that's not how nature works. That's not how your body works. So I would suggest that instead of pushing yourself into all that stress, instead of immediately reaching out to doctors, looking for various other options like IVF or adoption or multiple other things, at least give yourself a year. You deserve that, right? I don't think that you need to go to a doctor and look at other options before that. It will take some time and you will surely be there. So I wish you all the best. If you do all of these things, most likely you are getting pregnant. So we come to the end of this video. I hope you liked it and you're all set to block some time with your partner to go through all of this. If you did, do subscribe to my channel. I'll keep posting a lot of more videos basis my experiences and surely try to help as many people around as I got a lot of help, and I'm thankful to everybody around me, and I shall see you soon.